A top AEW star won't be cleared until next summer. We've got an update on the upcoming WWE Netflix headquarters event, and a Hall of Famer is returning for Saturday night's main event. Find out who in a bit. Kicking off with some bad news for fans of Eddie Kingston. According to a report from PW Insider, we're not expected to see him anytime soon, they say.
After undergoing surgery over the summer, PWInsider.com is told that Eddie Kingston has been furiously pushing himself through physical therapy to try and get back as soon as possible to the ring. While Kingston has been pushing himself, we're told that he's been warned by his doctors that he likely would not be cleared to return to the ring until June 2025. And when reached out for comment, he said health insurance is a scam.
Truer words have never been spoken. Eddie Kingston is somebody who I think is a shout for the person to dethrone Jon Moxley. Between Darby Allin and Jon Mox and Eddie Kingston for me.
Both of them are kind of vying for the position of the heart of AEW, aren't they? Mm-hmm. So I think it makes sense for one of them to be the one to overthrow Moxley. I think they'll probably still go with Darby, but given this time frame, it sucks. But it means that if Darby is to unsuccessfully challenge, at least Eddie can come back in a big sort of shock return and hit the ground running with it.
Yeah, for sure. I think he's class. I think he's one of the best promos in AEW. I love him.
Still
I think
massively underrated, though. I think he's only now getting his flowers.
For me, he sort of speaks with such sincerity. You believe what he's saying when he's cutting a promo. It's like, oh, that feels like it's from the heart. It feels legit. So get well soon to Eddie Kingston. Bit of an update on the upcoming Netflix headquarters event as well. It was revealed last week, obviously, that WWE are going to be holding an event at Netflix HQ, hyping WWE's move to Netflix in January. PW Insider bringing us a quick update on this, saying the big WWE event at Netflix HQ will be on the 3rd of December, and they have confirmed that Cody Rhodes, The Bloodline, and Liv Morgan are among the talent expected to take part. This is just a big PR thing. This is just to promote the move.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if they run some sort of angle, because
there's got to be like cameras or something right there capturing it anyway, so it makes sense for them to do something shocking, big statement piece, a load of headlines come out of it. I think it's going to be something maybe akin to a WrestleMania workout, you know, when they put the ring in like Times Square and they'd have a few matches and then like there'd be a bit of an angle kickoff.
I think angle's more likely than matches. If I were them, I'd just do some sort of attack right in front of all the Netflix branding and everything.
Yeah, so but I guess if they're holding an event, it depends what it means by event, right? Because if it's an event, it could just be, you know, hey, and on the day, like, we've got space for 200 fans, 200 tickets, turn up, we're going to do this weird thing. Or it could just be, we're just shooting a load of PR stuff.
No idea. We'll let you know when we find out. We move on to the most confusing story of the week, truly.
Yeah.
Conflicting reports surrounding Jade Cargill and her WWE write-off. So PW Nexus have since come out, since this morning's used video, and say, hey, we're sticking to our reports. Jade is legit hurt. And now we've got another one from the Wrestling Observer newsletter who say...
We've gotten 3 different versions of the story from those in WWE. One was that, as is usually the case with WWE parking lot attacks, that it's storyline cover for a real injury. However, this one has been kept secretive. One person in WWE mentioned to us that it seems like nobody, including her friends, knows what the injury actually is or why it happened. Another higher up has apparently said that 100% that she is injured and the stories denying it are false. Another version is that the injury was created to cover for a political backstage issue.
We're getting worked. We're getting worked big
are.
time here. The fact that WWE staff are feeding out various different stories. I have no idea what's going
this
on.
Is what we need, though.
Yeah, I like it. I like getting worked. I like questioning stuff. And the fact that we've talked about this so much over the last week or so, it's a good thing, isn't it?
It's a testament to it, right?
Yeah.
I do enjoy that when they write people off for legitimate injuries, it's always in the car park so they can turn up, quickly shoot it, go straight home.
Exactly.
Leave the car running.
I can't be bothered to talk about it anymore today anyway, so make your own minds up and I'm sure we'll find out in due course.
She is, but isn't at the same time.
She's Schrodinger's
injury.
A WWE Hall of Famer reportedly set to return on Saturday night's main event. As previously reported, WWE is going to be making that special very old school with regards to the presentation, the graphics, the music, and so on.
Finally.
One question that they have been asked, PW Insider, this is any 80s wrestling personalities may be appearing.
Surely, you're going to have someone like Hogan, like a massive name, somebody who was a cornerstone of that entire generation who's still around and is still kind of important to that 80s generation of fans, right?
Well,
a megastar, a big, massive megastar, former champion, right? Come on, tell me, Adam.
According to this report, they've got Hogan's mate, Jimmy Hart. No, Jimmy Hart, one of the best managers of all time, like a truly celebrated man who was, he was at ringside for many, many events. Saturday night's main event. Apparently, they are working on other people, getting some legends in there as well.
Brother Brute, come on.
Brother Brute, too, right? All the Hogan clan.
Just not Hogan.
Just not Hogan. Time will tell as to who we see. I'm really excited about it now. I think like Owens versus Cody, which is the important match that's going to be taking place. I think those two are doing an amazing job getting us hyped for that inevitable bout, and I'm looking forward to it. I don't know what to expect.
I'm a sucker for presentation, and I've said this time and time again that I got really annoyed when they did Throwback SmackDown, and it was like they had the neon entranceway and they had the ring with the red, white, and it's like that's not what Throwback SmackDown would be, right? Like if you're going to do classic SmackDown, make it look like it did in 1999. If you're going to do Saturday night's main event, make it look like it did in the 80s. So as long as it's not just, again, that entranceway all in 8K and just the standard graphics coming up, like as long as it's not that, then I'm happy.
Yeah, I always look forward to the like retro shows that they do. I think they're great fun. There's something nice, and I guess is why our What Happened to That Wrestler videos have always done quite well. Is because it's just interesting to see what even people look like now. People that you were watching as kids. Those like articles that I always see them on Facebook and everything. It's like, what do the cast of Biker Grove look like now? I always click them because I'm a mug. Anyway, you can find out what Jimmy Hart looks like in the not too distant future. Quick note on some NXT news here from WrestleVotes Radio, who say, we can tell you that the New Year's Eve edition of NXT on the CW will be taped on Thursday night, December 19th at the Performance Center. The show, however, will air as normal on the CW on New Year's Eve, likely with a New Year's Eve type theme. It's like Jules Holland's Hootenanny, isn't it?
It's the wuss era is what this is. Get them back working Christmas Day and New Year's Eve. What is this?
How dare they have
How dare they pre-tape and spend time with their families and stuff?
It's outrageous.
You choose this career so that you don't have to be around your family, right? That was the whole thing.
That's exactly it. We're finishing with some bizarre news. A TNA gimmick match is returning. TNA is presenting Turning Point tonight on TNA Plus. The card is set, of course, to include Eddie Edwards challenging Nick Nemeth for the TNA World title. We got a 2 out of 3 falls match for the TNA Knockouts World title between Masha Slamovich and Jordan Grace. Moose defending his fairly newly won X Division title as well. But among those, there is a bizarre gimmick match returning. It is the Turkey Bowl match. It's coming back once again. There was one last year after a 5-year hiatus. If you're unfamiliar, the loser of the match has to dress as a turkey. It's humiliating. I can't believe it. So that is live tonight on TNA Plus if you want to check it out.
Given us a reverse rumble, lads.
I know.
But done it well. Could you imagine if they somehow pulled off a good reverse rumble?
We did a top 10 list, which was like 10 bizarre TNA match types or something like that. And there were so many, we up to the 35. We never do that, 35. And we could have done more. I think that was on there. Anyway, thank you very, very much for watching. A reminder, our Black Friday sale is on right now at cultaholicshop.com. It's 15% off the classics, 50% off everything else. And if you're wondering what all this stuff is, we've just been signing notebooks for our lovely Patreon supporters as well. So you can get involved with that at patreon.com/cultaholic. Join myself and Andrew tomorrow night for live reactions to Survivor Series War Games, followed by What Happened and then WTF over on Patreon. Thank you. That was a lot to say. Bye.
Bye.